where he is fully saturated. If you look at the main and the natural great saturation, every probe after this is an extra probe that he can then Maynard over to his third expansion. It looks like he is going to try to break down these rocks right now. So still pretty far ahead of TT1. Looks like TT1 is getting a secondary robotics facility. Axslav currently fielding three Colossus on the field, and TT1 with just one additional Colossus at 4. So still very, very close game. Harvester is still favoring Axslav though, 1500 over 1000 mineral intake, and it looks like this Stalker just got annihilated right there as it tried to escape from those laser beams. I think both these players now do have the extended thermal lance, and it is going to be the battle we've been waiting for. War of the Worlds action here as Axslav engages, and the important thing here is you have to spread out your Colossus so they do not take splash damage from enemy Colossi. It looks like TT1 here is taking a little bit of splash to one Colossus falls, and Axslav here keeping his Colossi ranged against those Stalkers, but it looks like Axslav losing most of his fodder units is going to be forced to fall back. And when I say fodder units, I do mean the Zealots and the Stalkers. You need those fodder units in the front to tank the damage for your Colossi in the back, and I really like that play from TT1, using this high ground as much as he possibly could, but the only thing was he didn't spread out his Colossi nearly enough. And that in itself is the most of the macro, or most of the micro in Protoss versus Protoss once it gets to this War of the Worlds stage. The reason for that is because you have to spread the Colossi out, otherwise they will take all that splash damage from these thermal lances, and that's really the difficult part in late game PvP. So look for both these players. One person will come out ahead, but that person will most likely be the person who micros his Colossi, keeps them spaced out, gives them their own little bubble, and keeps them alive from the splash damage. Now it looks like TT1 now nearing that maximum saturation, but there is a gold expansion going up for Axslav. He is at 65 harvesters, so his income now still ahead of TT1, and I think TT1 might have a little bit extra production out of these two robotics facilities, so he should have a bit larger number in terms of Colossi. Let's see what Axslav is building here. Oh, he's getting a Stargate. This is, whoa, this is very interesting. Getting a Stargate this point in the game in PvP is not very common. Maybe he's going to try to get a Void Ray out of this and do a sneak attack on the main. That would be quite interesting. We'll see what this Stargate's purpose is. It looks like Axslav is not getting anything out of the Forge upgrade, whereas TT1 is chrono boosting this ground weapons level 1. Should be finished within a minute or so. And I'm still curious what this Stargate's all about. It looks like we have a fleet beacon coming out. Could we actually go to carriers or perhaps a mothership in Protoss versus Protoss? That would be absolutely insane. I have never seen that happen in PvP, but that would be an absolutely epic sight to see. Let's take a look at the unit stat for Axslav. This is such a bold maneuver. He is currently about even with TT1. His income, of course, still way higher now that he's secured this gold, so he can fund carriers or Colossus out, and it looks like it is going to be a mothership, excuse me, carriers or mothership, and yes, it is going to be a mothership. He is chrono boosting this out of this Nexus. This is a very bold maneuver because right now TT1 actually has 1 or 2 extra Colossi. This is a huge battle, ladies and gentlemen. War of the Worlds, everything in the no man's land is just getting roasted apart. Axslav needs to spread his Colossi out, and he needs more fodder units. Looks like he is going to be forced to fall back. Too much fodder for TT1. Notice how he's microing, falling back and lasering as much as he can, and he is trying to spread these Colossi out. One there getting taken out for no good reason apparently, and TT1 here is doing a great job being aggressive. The mothership though is nearly out. No, it's not actually halfway. That thing takes forever, and I think TT1 might be in a great position right now. Currently at 10 Colossus, he has 2 extra. Oh my goodness, Axslav needs to spread these out so badly, and so does TT1. TT1's taking massive splash damage. It's so close to tell who's going to come out ahead. It looks like Axslav has lost a majority of units there on that tab, and oh my goodness, not spreading out his units. Big loss there. TT1 now has free reign towards the gold expansion, and this is possibly going to be GG because all these probes are going to go down. Axslav here could pay a huge price for being greedy and trying to get this mothership out, because this obviously has costed him a lot of time and technology and resources to get out, whereas he could have been getting Colossi, and he is now getting out War of the Worlds if that's actually a word. He is getting out Colossi produced. It looks like the Nexus falls at the gold. TT1 now securing his own gold expansion, and he is in a great position right now to win this game. I don't see how TT1 could possibly lose right now. He's got 10 more harvesters. He roasted all these probes away. Axslav is just now getting the Nexus out, or reproduced, excuse me, and TT1 just has a bunch of Colossi. He is currently at 8 over, he has about 4 more, and that's a big difference. The one thing though that Axslav has going for him possibly is this mothership. So here's the thing, if he can get a great vortex down on TT1 and just kind of trap all those units in the black hole and then spread his Colossi around the vortex, then when all the units pop out, they're just going to take all the splash damage, and it's going to be great if that's what Axslav can do. This is such a bold maneuver. Is he going to reveal the mothership? It looks like he's going to cloak, and he is going to reveal his mothership right now. So TT1 knows what is up. He actually needs more stalkers to be able to snipe this mothership down. The mothership does considerable damage, and this epic warp in from Ire here, this is like the ultimate weapon of war for the Protoss arsenal, but this is so uncommon and rare to see in Protoss versus Protoss. This is like a collector's edition mothership, and it is just floating around, cloaking everything for Axslav. If we look at the units tab, Axslav is down by 3 Colossi. He's also down by 10 stalkers. This is huge, and you guys can see his harvester count not doing too well either. TT1 here trying to bring up the forward a couple Colossus in the front first to lure the black hole, but it looks like Axslav not having any of that lands a great black hole down. Oh my goodness, what is TT1 doing? He just sacrificed all of his units. Oh no, and TT1 is gonna get owned right here. Axslav spreading his Colossi out and picking these Colossus apart as soon as they come out of the vortex, black hole, whatever. Axslav there, wow, I almost feel like TT1 kind of just threw his units away at that last second, and I think the mothership just paid off for itself. The TT1 GG's out. Axslav wins the game. Oh my goodness, if we just think about what we just saw, Axslav, I think what he tried to do, or what TT1 tried to do, was bring out 2 or 3 Colossus in the front and lure the vortex from the mothership, and then he was going to engage with the rest of his forces, but Axslav waited patiently and then landed the vortex down on the majority of the forces, and that was just beautiful for Axslav, because after the units got sucked in, he just spread his Colossi around. Look at the health on these units, and then he just lasered everything as it came out, and they took full splash damage. Great play right there from Axslav. So bold going for the mothership. He even says mothership imba. Wow. Collector's edition mothership. Someone signed that. Dustin Browder got to sign the side of this mothership right here and go sell it on eBay or something. Anyways, great game. Protoss versus Protoss. Pretty epic mirror. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that broadcast. Thanks a lot, guys. Of course, more games to come, and I'll try to make a video about the YouTube or the Google talk that Pain User and I did last week. So thanks a lot, guys. HD signing out.